Hello and welcome, everybody. It is Saturday, last day of the month of April. Woo! Didn't that go quick? Didn't that go quick? Let's see who's all going to come on in this morning. I know I've been a little bit all over the place, but that's okay. That's life. That's life. Sometimes we're in the morning, sometimes we're in the afternoon. It's a little bit here and there and everywhere. So welcome, everybody. Sorry, moved my mic and it unplugged. Now it's back in. Um, don't want to start a coughing fit. Got my cough. Damn, 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 damn. Damn. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna touch the mic again. Um, a few this moon. This moon is in Taurus, okay? So what does Taurus stand for? Taurus is about it's the second sign in the zodiac. So we have the spring, Aries, which is fire. Then we go into Earth. So Earth is about foundation, right? Looking at your foundation. So looking at what the bull is bringing in that foundation of what is yours. Like Taurus is about your values. What do you value? What do you care about? What's important to you? That's what Taurus is about. Taurus looks at your money, your relationships. It looks at your projects, your business. How are you interacting with others? So that's Taurus. Now in Taurus we have the sun, which is it's not exactly happy, but it's there. So it's in Taurus. And the moon's exalted there. The moon likes to be in Taurus. It feels good. It's able to shine. It's able to give its full strength, its fullness to whatever you're doing. Along with that, we have Uranus. Now Uranus is the the unexpected, the unknown. He wants to bring you to somewhere better. Really. He wants to bring you to a place that is going to give you more creativity, give you something more of your self-worth. That's what Uranus does. And it's electrical. So it's electrical vibrations that are coming in along with this moon. And then we have the North Node. And the North Node is the nodes are knots in our solar system. They are where the eclipses happen, right? So they're kind of these knots, these voids, and the nodes serve the sun and the moon. That's who they serve. So we have this partial solar eclipse because it's 10 degrees. It's not on top of the node. Um, so it's a partial one. So we have this energy that is coming in of saying, what is it that you need to look at and reflect on upon in your own life so that you can step forward in your truth and your sovereignty? It is about deprogramming. That's what Uranus wants you to do. He wants you to deprogram. It is where you might think like for the last few years it's been like very trendy to drink wine, right? Wine is a thing. You see it in all the movies. Women, you come home, you have a glass of wine, you have wine with your friends, you have you sit and you watch your Netflix and have your wine. That's a trend actually of that the world, the society per se, is putting out there. This is like, hey, it's good to have a glass of wine. It's good to go out and drink with your friends. It's good to do this. It's good to sit and have a glass of wine with your when you're having Netflix in the evening by yourself. Is that what you want to do? Is that the image that you're trying to grab hold of? Like social media is a funny place. It just is. Social media is just a platform. That's all it is. It's a platform that has been manipulated in many ways, and it hasn't been around for a while, for a long time. This is something new. Our parents didn't have it. My children really didn't have social media until they got into high school. So this is a new thing, a new um, way of living. And it is a place where, is it reality? Is it your truth? Is this where you want to go? Because it's showing you things, it's showing you images that, um, yo, yes, I want to be that girl wrapped up on my couch with this beautiful blanket, drinking my wine or drinking my cup of tea and reading my book. Is that you? Is that your truth? So this is where the deprogramming is coming in. What is your values and what is your truth? Now, I teach a course, it's called the Blue Flame, and I won't be teaching it for, I taught it last year. And in the blue flame, what it is that we start to look at what you are wanting to do for you, like outside yourself. What is that calling? What is that you want to do? And what is holding you back? Like what parts are you holding you back? For instance, when we dare to dream with your family, too often parents, as parents, from dreaming with their families, they're afraid to ask kids to sacrifice. What if you switch careers to make more room for your blue flame, for your own sovereignty? Oh, and you can no longer afford the same lifestyle. What if creating a culture where each kid can foster their own sovereignty means less time for their activities? I believe these kinds of trades off are healthy for a family, and I feel they're healthy for oneself. And there's a book called Holds Hold On Hold On to Your Kid by Gordon Neufeld and Gabor Mate. Now they have it where it's a concept before, peer orientation versus family orientation. They explain that children are designed to have identity rooted in their home, their baseline for who they are, and what they believe should come from their family. The opposite of this is pure orientation. And this is where we're getting into in our world today. We're getting into a pure orientation where we are subjected and our children are subjected to what society is saying. Here we have this new moon that is having us to really take a deep look into what is my orientation? What is my truth for me? How do I feel about this? And it is all conjunct with this, with Eros. Eros is there. Now, Eros is the child of Aphrodite, and he fell in love with Psyche, and they are this energy, this sexual energy of feeling, of grasping what truly is within their desires and their love of what it is. It is a physical feeling of what it is that they desire. Follow me with this, because I might be going off on a few little tangents here. So this is where this energy is coming forward. It's like showing you where you want to come into. This really feels good. I really enjoy working in this environment, or I really enjoy doing this for society. It is pushing yourself out to, yeah, that's my truth, that's my sovereignty. And when we get into that the peer part, the author, they point out, the author points out that to be peer oriented is extremely psychologically stressful way to live. To have your entire sense of self-worth tied to the whims of peers' opinions is emotionally devastating. What are we living in today? What are we living today in our world? It is it's devastating for us because there is such a fear of being ostracized, a fear of being different. There's so many movements coming out of body image, and not to shame people, not to say anything about people's body image, uh, about sexuality, he, she, they, that, it, whatever. There's this peer pressure of, this is the way we want you to be oriented, this is the way we want you to think, this is the way we want you to do. We want you all to be 6 feet apart. We want you all to be wearing a mask. We want you all to be doing this. We want you to do this. That's a lot of pressure to live within this culture. Now, I bring out things like, I've talked about, things about the Amish and some of their traditions, which I find very interesting. But there's a huge underline of living in that culture, of living to make sure you conform with what everybody else is saying you should do and how you should be. This energy is coming up, and with Saturn in Aquarius, is to having you to think about your own uniqueness, your own individuality. My husband tells me all the time, let me be me. I have to be me. Don't be telling me how to act. Don't be telling me how to do. He's my greatest teacher, because I was raised in a very conservative type of family, and to act a certain way when you're in public and do things a certain way. So sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he just says things that are off the whim, or that you just like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. But that's his. That's what, after how many years, that's his. I got it. I'm still trying to learn that. But it is that understanding that this is what this moon is trying to create for us. It's trying to create for us to understand our own uniqueness of what we truly value, and what we honor. Like, what do we honor within ourselves? That's what this moon is all about. This moon, and it brings in the Piscean energy. And the Piscean energy, I mean, when Jupiter and Venus are at the end of Pisces. Now, anything at the end of a sign is like, whoa, this is a lot. This is a lot of water. This is a lot of ocean. This is a lot of vastness. And Jupiter and Venus won't meet up again for another 12 years. Excuse me. And they won't meet up in Pisces. And they're not going to meet up with Neptune there. So this, unless this energy, this uniqueness of what we are now creating is bringing in, where we are having to stand in to say, how does that really make us feel? How does this make us want to create that what is true to ourselves? And stepping into that. Excuse me, I'm going to have a coughing fit. So that's where this moon is at. When we look at this uniqueness, this is where we look, where we tend to think that the best thing we could do, for our kids or even for ourselves, is to let them be free from family obligations, let them run off to participate in endless activities and sports, and participating in everything. But to ask them to sacrifice, like, what is it that you need to do for you? And not being afraid, because you're going to feel like you're going to put somebody out. You're going to make somebody feel out. That's the thing. It's like, we got to look at, like, if you want to start something, you want to do something, it's like, okay, if I do this, oh my God, my kids are going to be mad at me, or my husband's going to be mad at me, or my neighbor's not going to like what I'm going to do. This is for you to look at your uniqueness of, okay, why are you so worried? It's the same thing, and I struggle with this one too. It's like really standing out and allowing yourself to stand out, to be the true authentic self that you are. and allowing yourself to be open to that, and not doubting yourself, or even in earning, and even in earning a living. On average, for somebody to step out of their family earning, to earn more than your parents, the first ones to do it were the baby boomers. The baby boomers were the first ones to really step and actually earn more than what their parents earned, and do better than what their parents did. They were the first ones to really to do to that excess, to do to that succeeding. Then came the next generation, and it was they have not succeeded as much as what their parents had, who were the baby boomers, the children of the baby boomers. I'm just on that edge of baby boomer, Gen X kind of kid. So I'm sort of at that weird age point. And then we have, then we came into, we'll talk about the millenniums. The millenniums are ones that are searching still. They're wondering still, where are we going? What's going on with this world? What's happening with this world? They are the ones who are, um, most of them are not married. A lot of them do not have children. They're the ones who have not succeeded as much as their, say, not even their parents or their grandparents. And then we have the Gen Zs, who are not, who are looking around. They're another lost one, with that Pluto and Sag. So we're looking, I'm going off into some kind of wild land here, but we're looking at the world right now today, where there's a lot of lost, I'm going to say lost souls, because there has been one not allowed at the foundation of having something strong, a spiritual foundation and a family foundation. Okay, follow me with this. There's no judgment in this, but there's been a huge generation of children and now adults in our world who have been raised without a foundation, that have been like, oh, we got to give them this, we got to give them that, we got to do this, we got to do this. And they have not been allowed to find their own uniqueness, their own sovereignty of who they are. And this moon, and this is where this whole last few years, this whole last shattered realities have been shattering people's realities, to get them to realize their uniqueness and their sovereignty, and not to fall in line just because. And we have this moon, we haven't had this moon, of a new moon, solar eclipse, for 36 years. For 36 years, since 1986. And this is and with Uranus here. Well, Uranus wasn't there at that time. But with this uniqueness, this is what this moon does. This moon can bring in such uniqueness and changes in your life that are totally unexpected, and allow you to take a new course in your life. That's where this moon is. And this is where the universe, the divine, God, goddess are coming in to say, you got to step into your uniqueness, into your sovereignty of who you are. This is where you have to start to create this strong foundation, and not fall into social media or the ideas of what society, or what the promotion of what is being put upon us to believe and to do. This is a uniqueness. This is an energy that is having us to devise and step forward into allowing ourselves to plow the fields, to plant the seeds within our soul self, so that we can stand within our sovereignty and our uniqueness. And that doesn't mean that we go around and we bash other people, we're mean to other people, we be assholes or whatever. This is where we step in and we become the unfuckable with. This is where we come in and we stand in and we say, yeah, you know what? This is what I really truly desire in my life at this time. How am I going to create it? Maybe I don't know right now. Maybe I have to moodle on it. Maybe I have to sit on it right now because I'm not too sure on how to create that. I have an idea, I have a feeling, but I have to allow for the universe to guide me, to bring forth my intuition. That's the Piscean. Let this guide me. Let this energy, this Holy Spirit come in and guide me in the uniqueness of who I am, and not be afraid. Do not be afraid. That reminds me of the song, the song "Do Not Be Afraid." So this is what this moon is really, I feel, is meaning, and stepping and having a step forward into. And it is one of those moons that I am doing a meditation with. So if you wish to join me tonight, uh, please PM me. It's $25. I don't do full moon and new moon meditations very often anymore. I want to do them when I feel there is a very powerhouse of an energy. And the moon is exalted in Taurus. It's in 2 weeks when we get a full moon lunar eclipse, and it's a full lunar eclipse. The moon's not exalted. It's in detriment when it's in Scorpio. It does not like to be in Scorpio because it cannot shine. It cannot be its true self. There's a lot of a lot of crazy energy in Scorpio for the moon. So this is finding that way of allowing ourselves to shine from our inside out, to bring in that unique identity of who we are and allow ourselves to step into our blue flame. So this is where, when we are asking ourselves to be that truth of who we are and allow ourselves to be our truth of who we are. And sometimes it may not make sense to other people, or sometimes it might feel like, this is a crazy thing to do. This is a nutty thing to do. I can't go out and do this. And I'll give you an example of a wonderful friend. I think I mentioned her, Jen. She lives in Texas. She is a comedian. She had a very popular on Catholic radio. She had a very popular on satellite radio, her own station, her own program, and everything else. She walked away from that. She walked away from that whole deal to be a stand-up comedian. And her and her husband took out their savings so they could, and she had 6 kids, and said, "You know what? This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I need to do this. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian." And she did this. She started it, I think, in 2018, 2019. 2018, 2019. She did her first tour, 2020. Well, we all know what happened. And now she's starting to come back out again and stuff. But she stepped into it. She stepped into it. Magnolia. I don't know if you know, like Magnolia, there's a they have a paper. They have a magazine, Magnolia magazine. They do a lot of renos and stuff like that. Her and her husband stepped away from a multi-million-dollar deal for them to start doing their own business their way, and to do it in a way that was meaningful to them and meaningful to their children and how they want to raise their children. And many people thought they were crazy to step away from all of that. Well, now they have their own TV, station. They've developed their own station. They've developed their own line of what it is that they want it to create. But sometimes it's stepping away from what everybody else is saying. And this is where what bringing into your truth and your values of what is yours. And I know those are you might say, "Oh, well, those are crazy, Mary. That's not what I want to do." It could be that you're starting off and you're thinking, "You know what? I'm going to start crocheting. And I'm going to crochet prayer shawls for people." Or there's a lovely lady, Miss Tara, down in Pittsburgh area. And Miss Tara, she understood women, battered women, and she wanted to start a foundation because she found, her and a few other women found, that when donations were being sent to, say, the food bank or other places, they weren't getting to the people that needed it. They weren't getting to these, either women in need or because a lot of times when women or men are leaving an abused situation, it's difficult, for them to come out, right? So what they set up, and it's taken a few years and it's fabulous, is now they got a store set up for those who are coming from a abused situation or um, extreme, difficult situations. There's this store that they set up, and it has clothing, it has furniture, it has toys, it has makeup, it has all of these different things that they could go shopping for free. It was an idea. It was an idea. It was an idea. I hear these are inspirational things, but these were like women thinking, okay, well, I don't know what to do. And you know where their donations come from? And this is crazy. Two women who do dumpster diving, and they donate the shit that they get out of the dumpsters down there is unreal. It's like crazy. New items, non-expired, like they don't do like food items, but it might be pop. How much pop? Like, does pop ever expire? I don't know. Water, people throw out bottles, like stores throw out these 24 cases of water, so this is where, and then they donate it and it's getting used. This was an idea. This is stepping out. And I see these women, when I see this woman doing it, she's got the one who does the dumpster diving. She has twins, and she has a husband, but her and her girlfriend will go out, and they, might go out for 8 hours. But I could see that that's her flame. That's what she's doing. She loves it. And it's not that she's not paying any attention to her own family or whatever, but she's found that, no, this is really what I want to do. I want to help other people. How can I help other people? And then she saw so much being thrown into the freaking landfill. And she says, this is ridiculous. This is free. That's where this moon is. It is getting you to, it might be a little seed. It might be this little spark. And you're saying, oh, well, I don't know. You don't know. You don't know till you know. That's it. You don't know till you know. And it might be crazy, and it might be something everybody's going to tell you, oh, that's a dumb idea. That's crazy. You can never do it. But you don't know till you know. And that's what the Taurus is. You don't know till you know. So I'm going to leave you all on that note, because you don't know till you know. If you want to join me tonight, let me know. Or if you want to buy me a coffee, I'm going to put it this way. This is my elephant cup. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can send a coffee donation to the Guru Mama at gmail.com, either through e-transfer or PayPal. So go out there, because you don't know till you know. Have a blessed one, everybody, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.